Hello and welcome to Uzima Lifestyle Center Eat for Health. In this episode, we will be making a very interesting recipe, mock tuna. Some time ago in our first series, we did do a tuna using tofu, but this time our main ingredient is going to be chickpeas, okay? So the ingredient for this mock tuna are 1.5 cups of cooked chickpeas, then plant-based mayo, which we already made, and I'm going to talk a little more about that. Then we have our celery, very important, 2 tablespoons of celery. Then we have our celery seeds. Then we have here our red onions chopped. We have our kelp powder, we have our paprika and salt to taste, and then our toasted breadcrumbs, okay? So these are all the things that we need. As my custom is, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the benefits of chickpeas. Now, chickpeas is a very healthy food for our body. Because it has a lot of fiber, it helps to control your hunger. So when you eat chickpeas as a part of your diet, you don't feel hungry for a long time because it has a large amount of fiber. This is another food that is very good in helping your cholesterol, reducing your cholesterol. It is also, because it's packed with soluble fiber, it's very good for your digestion. It helps with improving your sleep. It builds your immune system. It is heart friendly. It is good for cardiovascular health. Helps to prevent things like heart disease. It's very good for women's health. And it also helps in the control of diabetes, which means it helps to control your blood sugar. So these are some of the very good benefits of chickpeas. Again, I'm going to repeat, controls your hunger because of the fiber that it has in there. Then it helps to reduce the cholesterol. It has a lot of soluble fiber, so you feel full for a long time, improves your sleep, builds up your immune system, help with heart disease, so it's good for your cardiovascular health. It's good for women's health, and it helps to control your blood sugar. So this is our chickpeas. Then we have our celery, our paprika, onions, the kelp powder, the breadcrumbs, and we are going to put salt to taste. The method is very simple. Remember, last week we made our plant-based meal. So we have some of the plant-based meal. And let me just refresh your memory on how to make the plant-based meal. We use tofu, then we add to that some nuts. It can be as well as pumpkin seeds you can use. Then you add a little bit of lemon juice, a tiny bit of water, and your salt to taste, your onion powder, your garlic powder. You put them all in the blender and you pulse it and you stir it around a little bit, and then you get your plant-based meal. And this is what the plant-based meal looks like. We made it last week, but for the benefit of those of you who were not on the show, this is the plant-based meal. So we have our plant-based meal already in the food processor. Now what we are going to do, we're going to add the other ingredients. We are going to add our chickpeas. Then we have here our celery. Then we have our paprika. Everything is already measured out. We have our red onions. Then we have our kelp powder. So we're going to put everything in, and we're going. So we have added all our ingredients, so we're going to pulse this for a few minutes. check on it now. Okay, it can go a little bit more. Just a few more. Okay, so here we have it. I pulsed it a little bit there. Out of the way, and this is what our mock tuna looks like. I want you to take a good look at the texture. Now, because we have added our plant-based mayonnaise to it, it looks more like a tuna salad, right? So you see how the texture is nice and creamy. So now to complete this, what we are going to do, we're going to get our little plate here. This is our paprika. We can sprinkle the paprika, a little bit of the paprika on top of it. And you can just decorate it nicely with a nice little red, and so it's all done there. Right, so now when you're ready to serve, what you can do, your little breadcrumbs, you can add a little bit around it as well. So what I'm going to do very quickly, I'm going to get my bread. This is my whole grain bread. As a matter of fact, it's multi-grain. So now I'm going to get my tuna. See how this is nice and so you spread it along. You can add to this, you can cut some avocados and add it in if you would like. Then we're going to get some lettuce. Then we can add some of our tomatoes here. So you see, you have your nice sandwich there. Then you can put your bread on there, and then you have a nice sandwich. This is a very filling meal. So here you have it, something very simple, mock tuna. And remember again, the plant-based mayonnaise, the way you make it, it's with your tofu, some lemon juice, you add some nuts, your celery, your onions, your garlic powder, etc. Just put everything in the blender and blend it up until it comes to a nice thick consistency like this. And remember, you can store it in the refrigerator for 7 to 10 days, and you can use it for your different spreads that you're going to make. You can use it as a tin it out a little bit and use it as a salad dressing, etc. But here you have it, or mock tuna, and your kids would like this very much because it has the nice flavor, the fishy flavor like tuna, and this is because of the kelp powder that we have added into it. So you see, breakfast can be very interesting if you will take a little bit of time and a little bit of creativity in putting these things together. So this is our dish for today, the mock tuna. And remember, I also reminded you on how to make the plant-based mayonnaise, because the plant-based mayonnaise is what's going to give the tuna salad a nice consistency so you can spread it out nicely on your bread. Thanks so very much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed cooking with us. I enjoyed doing this cooking demonstration. I want to encourage you again to subscribe to our page and ring the bell, click on the bell, so that when new episodes are posted, you're going to be made aware of it. Thanks very much. Remember, eat for optimal health. Your body is God's temple. Bye. See you next week. To conclude this segment, we will make a very simple recipe, and it's called Tofu Mayonnaise. Tofu Mayonnaise. As can be expected, the main ingredients is tofu. So we have our tofu here. Remember, it should be firm, organic, silken tofu. Firm, organic, silken tofu. Then we have our nuts here. You can use sunflower seeds, you can use cashews, or whatever nuts you have available. Then we have here our 1/3 cup of water. And then we have our 2½ tablespoons of lemon juice. Here we have our salt, which is 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we have our garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of seasoning salt here. So these are all the ingredients that we need. Now, we have discussed before the benefits of tofu. But because this is a new episode, some individuals might not have seen the previous episode. I'm just going to go these over very quickly. One of the first benefits is that tofu is very good because it aids in maintaining a healthy cholesterol level. So those people who have problems with their cholesterol, this is a very good food to incorporate in your diet. It helps you to strengthen your bones. It improves your metabolic rate. It provides relief from things like gout, and it reduces one's risk of anemia. So it helps to build up your blood, the iron in your blood. It also is very beneficial to prevent things like cancer in women who are post-menopause, who have just gone over the menopause. So that's the benefit of the tofu. Now, we have talked before about the benefits of the nuts, so I'm not going to go that over. So again, our ingredients: tofu, you have your nuts, you can also use sunflower seed, your water, your lemon juice, your pink Himalayan salt, you have your garlic powder, onion powder. I'm just going to add a little bit of seasoning, herbal seasoning to it. Okay, great. So now, it's very simple to make this recipe. All we are doing, we are putting the tofu in the blender, and we are going to blend it very smoothly. Okay, so all our tofu is in there. So we have our tofu here in our blender. So what we're going to do, the tofu is in the blender, and we're going to blend it until it's smooth. We're going to add the 1/3 cup of water to this. And then we're going to blend it until it's smooth. Okay, all right. So we have our tofu blended, and I'm going to stir it around a little bit to make sure it's okay. Then we are going to add the other ingredients. My salt, my onion powder, my garlic powder, and my little seasoning, and I'm going to continue the blending process. And then we're going to add the lemon juice last. see the consistency. Good. All right. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to take it out here. See how it's nice and creamy? Now to this, we will add our little lemon juice, and then I'm going to stir it up a little bit. Let me get this out of the way here. Okay. So you see, this is our tofu mayonnaise. You see how it looks nice and creamy? Now you can store this in the refrigerator in a glass bowl or in a glass bottle preferably. And this actually, when you chill it, it becomes a little thicker and it can actually last in your refrigerator for 7 to 10 days. So this is your healthy vegan tofu mayonnaise.